Hi there. I wanted to just talk to you about fear in general. I had an interesting experience. I was doing my research for this course and I came across an old recording, a cassette recording that I had done 20 some years ago. And it was an interview and it was called Mastering Fear. And it was I looked at all the headlines of what I was going to hear before I replayed it. And I thought, my God, it's what is fear and what are the symptoms of fear and how do we get over fear and what about burnout and all this stuff. And I was, just thinking, oh, I can hardly wait to hear what I said about this 20 years ago. So I put on the cassette and it got through the introduction and all my credentials for how I was an expert to be talking about this topic. And then the cassette stopped and it wouldn't go any further. And I tried to rewind it and start again, and it would only play this introduction and no further. And I thought, what a message. It's such a message about how we can't go back. We can only go forward. And this had really a profound message for me personally, because over the summer, I've just been reflecting on where I've been and considering where do I want to go forward. And fears always come up. And here I am giving this course, Freedom from Fear, and fears always come up. And I thought, isn't it interesting? But it's different this time. I'm not immobilized by them. I can let them go. And I wanted to share with you something that I was reading by Sri Yukteswar. He said, if you face your fears, they end, they go away. And I was thinking, that's what I've always taught. That's what I believe. That's what I do. And I know it works. And yet, every time we start something new, isn't it true, folks, that fears arise in us? And we have to go through this process again of reminding ourselves of all we've accomplished to date, all the fears we have had, and how somehow we have been able to move forward through them, and how much we've accomplished in doing so, and how our life has changed for the better when we do so. And how even looking at times when we haven't faced our fears and we've wanted to do something and we haven't gone for it, how often we will have regrets about that. Regrets or guilt. We lose energy. And so facing fears is all about making a commitment to ourselves to live our lives as fully as we can, given the package that we were given when we incarnated into this life, this vessel, and to fulfill our purpose. And this is what Spirit wants for us. It's always there. It's in our back corner, rooting for us all the time. And when we have fear, we often listen more to our ego, the little child within us that doesn't want to change, doesn't want to risk anything, doesn't want to actually move more towards our potential and fulfilling it, because that is our soul. Our ego doesn't want us to move towards what our soul wants us to be. No, because that jeopardizes its existence. And ultimately, when we do this, we are moving towards our soul and embracing it fully. Our soul is always with us. It's the one in the back corner rooting for us, our soul is. And it sits there and it says, come on now, you can do it. And our ego says, oh, I don't know, things haven't been so bad if you just continue the way they are. Well, do we want to live a life based on, it's not so bad? This is such as a negative focus for self-limitation. And we don't have to listen to what our parents would say they want for us or what society says. We only have to listen to our soul and what our soul is urging us towards. Our soul is limitless. It is omniscient. It is united with the source of all, our creator. And our soul wants us always to face our fears because our soul has none and knows that it's only in this dualistic environment that we live in, this world of illusion, that we have created these limitations for ourselves. This goes back, as I'm sure you know, right back to survival when we were animals, our animal existence, and when we had to worry about predators that were going to kill us. And we had a very limited life. And yet we overcame that, and we have evolved and evolved under how have we evolved? Under our soul's guidance. And we've evolved, and we are evolving, continuing to evolve to become superhumans. And only by facing our fears do we do this. And so I sure hope you will join me as together we will look at how do we free ourselves from our fears. And, I can't do this enough. And by doing it with you, as we will be doing for the 5 weeks together, I know I will grow. I will grow by sharing with you what I myself am facing currently or before, and by looking at, how silly I am, and to just let it go and free myself from fears. And in joining together with people that believe in us, as I believe in you, we put this energy together of 1 + 1 = 3, and we have more energy, and then it's easier to free ourselves from our fears. So thanks for joining me today, and thank you for being interested in our course, Freedom from Fear. And all you have to do is just click on the buttons and you will be joining me for our 5-week course, Freedom from Fear. Have a great day.